Welcome to the deep dive. It's genuinely wonderful to have you join us.
It really is.
Here, we don't just scratch the surface. We take some really fascinating source material, could be articles, research, our own notes, and we dive deep. Our goal is always to pull out the most important bits of knowledge, the real insights, basically offering you a shortcut to being well-informed.
And hopefully have a bit of fun along the way.
Absolutely. We often find some surprising facts, and we try to keep it engaging. Learning should be a journey, right? Not a chore.
Exactly. And that's what we want to share.
So what journey are we on today?
Well, today we're embarking on I think, a particularly practical deep dive. It's all about how simple English, what some might just call basic English, can actually be this incredibly powerful tool for business success.
Interesting. Simple English for success.
Yeah, and often in places you might not expect. Our source material for today comes from these great excerpts titled Ali's Fruit Stand, Simple English for Business Success.
Ali's Fruit Stand. Okay, I like it already. So our mission
is to really explore how a focused, very practical approach to language can genuinely transform everyday business interactions.
So showing how just a few key phrases used well can open doors, create connections.
Precisely. We want to show you how clarity and just simple intent can sometimes be much more powerful than complex language.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Ali's Fruit Stand. It sounds like a perfect example of how business, really, it's always about people. Doesn't matter if it's a huge office or, a small shop or even a market stall.
Exactly. It boils down to human connection.
So tell us about Ali. The sources say he's from Egypt, running a fruit and vegetable shop.
That's right. Right in the middle of a busy, very vibrant market. You can just picture it, can't you? Lots of activity, lots of people.
Definitely. So what was the core challenge for him?
Well, the main thing was communication. His city attracted a lot of tourists, people from all over, and a good number of them spoke English.
Right. But Ali's main language was Arabic.
Exactly. So you immediately have this communication barrier. And it's a really common issue, for small businesses and tourist areas all around the world.
I can imagine it's not just a small inconvenience, is it? It could mean missed sales, missed connections.
Absolutely. Think about trying to describe how sweet your mangoes are, or just having that friendly chat that often leads to a sale when you don't share a language.
Yeah, it makes things difficult. Misunderstandings are probably easy.
Very easy.
Yeah.
And you lose that chance to build rapport, that thing that brings customers back again and again. It's not just about one sale. It's about building that relationship.
So that sets the scene. How did Ali start, linguistically speaking? What English did he have?
Well, this is where it gets really relatable, I think.
Yeah.
Initially, his English was extremely limited. You're talking hello, yes, and maybe pointing and saying banana, $1.
Wow. That's basic.
Very basic. But it's a starting point, isn't it? Many people can probably relate to that feeling of just having a few essential words.
For sure. Trying to order coffee in a foreign country or something.
Exactly. But what's really crucial here, the source emphasizes, wasn't just how little he knew, but his desire to speak more.
Ah, the motivation. That's key.
It's paramount for learning anything, especially language. It shows his entrepreneurial spirit, right? He saw that better communication wasn't just nice to have, it was a business need.
You have to imagine the frustration he must have felt before that.
Oh, definitely. Every tourist who walked by that he couldn't properly talk to was a missed opportunity. Wanting to explain why his tomatoes were the best or suggest a seasonal fruit.
And all he could manage was maybe good.
Probably. That kind of limitation, day after day, that's what likely fueled his drive to learn more, that desire to bridge the gap.
So how did he bridge it? Did he take classes?
No, nothing formal like that. His approach was incredibly practical, very focused, small steps, really. He started by learning words directly related to his business.
Makes sense. Like what?
Things like apple, orange, obviously, but also price, kilo, change, fresh. Words he needed for almost every single transaction.
The absolute essentials for his stall.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the kicker for dedication. The source says he watched short English videos on his phone every single night.
Wow, every night. That's commitment.
It really is. Not just a casual attempt, but a consistent daily habit woven into his routine.
That consistency is so important, isn't it? But also the practicality.
Immensely. He wasn't trying to learn abstract grammar rules. He was learning tools he could use the very next day.
Right. Learn price one evening, use it with a customer the next morning.
Precisely. And that immediate application, that feedback loop, seeing that the word works, that reinforces the learning incredibly powerfully, much more than just memorizing lists.
So it's learning by doing, essentially.
In a very direct way.
Yeah.
He prioritized the words that mattered most for his success. Apple, orange, price, kilo, change, and fresh. These were his tools.
Okay, so he built this core vocabulary. What came next? Did he start stringing sentences together?
Well, he started constructing simple but really effective questions, moving beyond just naming things. Things like, how many? Or the classic retail question, do you want a bag?
Ah, yes, essential.
And maybe 1 kilo or 2. Simple structures, but they represent a huge leap, right?
Yeah.
He's now guiding the conversation, seeking clarity.
He's taking control of the interaction more.
Exactly. And these simple questions, they change the whole dynamic. It goes from just pointing and guessing to a real, albeit simple, dialogue. It empowers him to understand the customer and the customer to state what they want.
That makes a huge difference in the customer experience, I bet.
Absolutely. And he didn't stop there. He also used a smart visual strategy.
Oh, what was that?
He started writing small signs in both English and Arabic.
Clever. Like price tags.
Price tags, yes, like today's price, $2. But also descriptive things like sweet mangoes.
That's brilliant, especially in a multilingual place like a market. It makes the information accessible to everyone instantly.
Right. It provides clarity, reduces hesitation, builds confidence for the customer. It's a great example of complementing verbal communication with visual aids. Shows extra effort, too.
So all this effort, learning words, asking questions, making signs, did it pay off quickly?
The source says yes, absolutely. And the reason is quite profound, actually. It says, customers smiled. They liked that he tried.
Ah, so it wasn't about being perfect.
Not at all. It was the effort. That's the surprising thing, perhaps. How much people appreciate the simple act of someone trying to communicate, trying to bridge that gap.
That resonates. When someone makes an effort, even if they stumble, you feel, well, you appreciate it more.
Exactly. It builds trust, it builds rapport, it makes the whole experience more positive. And in business, that positive experience leads to repeat customers, good word of mouth.
It's about making that connection.
It really is. Good customer service often boils down to that willingness to try to bridge whatever gap exists, language, culture, information.
So where is Ollie now with his English? The sources mention his current level.
They do. He's come a long way. He now comfortably uses phrases like, hello, how can I help you?
Proactive service, nice.
Yeah. And things like, this is fresh, or stating prices clearly, $3 for 1 kilo.
And he can handle other questions too.
Apparently so. Simple general questions like, where is the ATM? Or, do you have strawberries today? It shows his confidence has grown and his ability to help beyond just the basic transaction.
That's fantastic progress. It really paints a picture.
It does. And Ollie himself sums it up perfectly. There's a quote from him in the source material.
Well, what does he say?
He says, quite simply, I speak English every day. Little by little, I learn more.
Wow. Little by little, that just captures it, doesn't it? The power of consistency.
It really does. Consistent, incremental learning. Continuous improvement is such a valuable lesson for anyone trying to learn anything, really. Small steps add up.
Okay, this is inspiring stuff. Ollie's journey is a great story, but for listeners wanting to apply this, let's get into the nitty-gritty, the actual tools. What were the specific words and phrases that made the difference?
Right. Let's transition from the story to the practical toolkit. Our source helpfully breaks down some of the key linguistic elements, starting with essential vocabulary,
The building blocks.
Exactly. The source lists 10 new words. But let's focus on a few and explore why they're so crucial in a business context, going a bit beyond just the dictionary definition.
Good idea. Which ones stand out?
Well, let's take fresh. We know it means not old, good to eat. But in Ollie's market, fresh is more than a description. It's a key selling point.
A quality marker.
Precisely. For tourists especially, fresh, locally sourced produce can be a big draw. Saying, "These mangoes are very fresh today," isn't just info. It's an assurance of quality. It builds trust.
And that word fresh translates elsewhere in business too, right? Fresh ideas, fresh perspective.
Absolutely. It conveys newness, quality, value. Strategic use of just that one word.
Okay, what's another key one?
Let's look at change, meaning the extra money returned. In a cash business, handling change correctly and quickly is fundamental.
Yeah, messing that up looks bad.
It really erodes trust. If Ollie fumbles or seems unsure about the change, doubts creep in. But competently saying, "Here is your change, $3, reinforces professionalism, transparency.
Makes sense. And help.
Help. Simple word to assist. But think about the phrase, "How can I help you?" It transforms the interaction.
From passive waiting to active service.
Exactly. It opens the door, invites the customer to state their needs. It signals willingness, service. It underpins so much in business technical help, expert help, colleagues helping each other.
So these seemingly simple words carry a lot of weight and context.
They really do. They're not just definitions. They're tools for effective, trust-building interactions.
Okay, vocabulary is one thing, but sounding natural often comes down to how words fit together, right? Collocations.
You got it. Collocations, words that just naturally partner up. Using them makes you sound much more fluent, more natural.
Yeah.
Like a native speaker, even with simple language.
Takes your communication up a notch.
Definitely. The source gives a list of useful ones for business. Let's pick a couple to analyze. How about make a sale?
Okay, means selling something.
Right. But we say make a sale, not really do a sale. Using make sounds more natural, carries a sense of accomplishment. I hope to make a sale sounds competent. Do sale sounds off.
Yeah, a bit awkward. It flags you as maybe less fluent.
Exactly. It's subtle, but it matters for professional perception. Another good one, run a shop.
Meaning manage it, operate it.
Right. Ellie could say, "I operate my shop." Grammatically fine. But "I run my shop" is much more common, more natural. It implies active, ongoing management.
Like you run a company or run a project.
Precisely. It signals a deeper understanding of business language. Mastering these little pairings makes speech smoother, more professional. They're building blocks for fluency.
Now, something that often trips learners up, phrasal verbs. Verb plus preposition, whole new meaning sometimes. Can seem intimidating.
They can, but they're so common in everyday English, you really can't avoid them if you want to sound natural. And they're often very efficient ways to describe actions.
So worth getting the hang of them. The source gives examples.
Yes, and very practical ones. Let's look at pick up. Means to lift or take hold of.
Like, I pick up apples.
Right. Or, importantly, customers pick up fruit. It describes that interaction with the product very simply and naturally. Much better than saying customers take the fruit in their hands.
Much more concise.
Definitely. And think about setup. Means prepare something or start the business day.
He sets up the shop at 7.
Perfect. Describes getting the stall ready efficiently. You also set up meetings, set up systems. It implies preparation, initiation.
So these phrasal verbs add precision, make descriptions more vivid and natural.
Absolutely. They help you say exactly what's happening in a way that sounds right to native ears. Really brings the business scenario to life.
All right, so we have the words, the collocations, the phrasal verbs, but using them correctly is the next hurdle. Grammar.
Indeed. Knowing the tools is one thing, using them skillfully is another. This part is about polishing, ensuring clarity and professionalism.
Because small errors can sometimes cause confusion or just make you sound less credible, especially in business.
Exactly. It's not about being a grammar perfectionist, but about being clear and effective. Let's look at some common mistakes highlighted in the source and, crucially, why the correction matters.
Okay, hit me with the first one.
A classic. He speaks English good. The correction is ew. He speaks English well.
Right, the teaks for third person and well instead of good.
Precisely. Speaks because it's he. And well is the adverb describing how he speaks. Good is an adjective describing a noun.
Like this is good fruit.
Exactly. But you speak well. In business, describing how things are done skillfully, efficiently, well is important. Using good here can sound a bit imprecise, less polished.
Got it. What's next?
How about, this fruit is sweet, corrected to, this fruit is sweet.
Ah, the countable versus uncountable thing with fruit.
You nailed it. Generally, when talking about fruit as a category or in bulk, it's treated as uncountable, so it takes a singular verb. Fruit is...
Like water is cold, not waters are cold.
Perfect analogy. You'd only say fruits if you were clearly talking about distinct types of fruit, like apples and oranges are different fruits. But for the general produce on the stall, this fruit is sweet. Using it wrong can sound unnatural.
Okay, makes sense. One more.
Let's do it. She give me bag. The correction. She gave me a bag. Two key things here.
Past tense and the article a.
Exactly. Gave is the past tense of give. Crucial for telling when something happened. And you need the article a before a singular countable noun like bag. Saying give me bag seems very abrupt, almost like caveman talk.
Uh-huh. Okay. Maybe not that bad, but definitely unnatural.
Definitely unnatural and incomplete. These small grammatical points, verb tense, articles, adverbs, they seem minor, but they are vital for clear, unambiguous communication. In business, that clarity prevents misunderstandings and builds confidence.
So we've seen the theory, the mistakes, the corrections. How does it all come together in practice? The source had a mini dialogue, right?
It did, and this is a fantastic little example of how these simple elements work together seamlessly. It really shows Ollie putting the tools into action.
Let's break it down. How does it start?
The customer starts simply and politely. Hello, do you have mangoes?
Clear, direct, polite greeting. Uses that standard do you have structure.
Exactly. Straight to the point. Then Ollie's response is masterfully efficient. Yes, very fresh. 1 kilo, $2.
Okay, so immediate confirmation, yes. Then he hits them with that key vocabulary, fresh.
Right. Selling the quality immediately. Then clear information using the terms kilo and dollars. No complex sentences needed, just the core facts.
Empowers the customer to decide quickly.
Absolutely. And the customer does. Great. I'll take one.
Again, clear, positive, great expresses satisfaction.
Yeah.
And I'll take one, direct and efficient language for buying.
Perfect. Then Ollie finishes with politeness and practical service. Thank you. Do you want a bag?
Thank you is always good. And the do you want a bag uses another key word and anticipates a need. Very customer focused.
Precisely. This tiny exchange, it flows perfectly. It builds confidence, it's efficient, it leads to a sale and a happy customer. It proves you don't need complex language for effective business communication.
Just the right words, used clearly and correctly.
And it's not just the words, is it? FDEP communication, especially across cultures or in business, it's about more than just language.
Right. It's about connection, understanding, bridging gaps on different levels.
Exactly. And the cultural insight in our source touches on this beautifully. It says, in many countries, shopkeepers use simple English to welcome tourists. A smile and a few helpful words go a long way.
A smile and a few helpful words. It highlights the nonverbal element, doesn't it?
Immensely. The smile, the welcoming body language, the eye contact combined with even basic language, it creates goodwill. It lowers barriers.
So it raises the question, how much does that welcoming attitude plus basic language really boost the customer experience? Does it lead to loyalty?
I think it absolutely can. That smile is universal. When you pair it with an effort to speak the customer's language, even imperfectly, it shows you care. It builds that human connection that often matters more than the transaction itself. Ali's smile was probably as important as his English words.
A powerful combination.
And to help you, the listener, start using these ideas, the source has a practical challenge task.
Ah, a way to apply this right away.
Exactly. It suggests writing a short message like a shop sign. The example given is, fresh apples today, $3 per kilo.
Simple, clear, uses the vocabulary and structures we discussed. Great little exercise.
It really makes you think about concise, effective communication. And just to reinforce one of those key words again, there's a word pop up for fresh.
Reminding us.
Reminding us it means not old, good to eat, with the example. These oranges are fresh today. Just hammering home the practical application. These little bits are designed to help integrate the learning. Make it stick. Hashtag tag tag outro.
So after walking through Ali's story and digging into the nuts and bolts of simple business English, what's the big takeaway here? What does it all mean for you?
Well, we've seen how Ali's spirit, combined with this very focused, practical language learning, led to real success. It wasn't about becoming a fluent orator overnight.
Right. It highlights that even a small vocabulary, if it's the right vocabulary, used well and consistently, can make a huge difference. The effort counts for a lot, too.
Absolutely. And that leads us to the final remark from the source, which sums it up so well. Business English can be simple. Use short sentences, smile, and practice every day. One word at a time, you build success.
Short sentences, smile, practice every day. That's a pretty clear formula.
It is. Simplicity, consistency, positive interaction. It's not about perfection, it's about connection and effectiveness. Building success, just like Ali did. One word, one interaction at a time.
We really hope this deep dive has sparked some ideas for you, maybe got you thinking about how these principles, simplicity, consistency, effort, could apply in your own world.
Yeah, where could a clearer phrase or maybe just a more conscious effort to connect make a difference in your work or life?
It's fascinating, isn't it, how mastering just a few key phrases, even in a specific area like Ollie's fruit stand, opened up so much for him. Opportunity, connection.
It really is. And that brings us to a final question for you to think about. Where in your daily interactions, personal, professional, wherever, could a few simple targeted phrases make a real difference?
Not just in making yourself understood, but in building those stronger connections.
Exactly. Maybe it's how you greet someone, how you explain something, or how you ask a question. These principles are truly universal.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today for this exploration of simple English and its surprising power. We hope you found it insightful and maybe even a little inspiring.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep connecting. Goodbye for now.